Hello everyone, cricket rockstar Devo Tyrell Ordin here. Let's just get on with it. And we have only two topics: England versus India and West Indies versus Australia. So I want to start with the fourth test between England and India that's happening at Old Trafford in Manchester. So the first 3 days of the fourth test involving both England and India just goes to show that test cricket continues to remain as fascinating as it has always been from since the old days. For the first couple of days, it was swinging back and forth. However, day three, England have taken full control of this game, and with the way how the Indian bowlers have been bowling all over the place, I do not see them nor their batters coming back to at least save the game at least. Day one, India batted first and reached 264 for 4 at stumps despite a major blow with Rishabh Pant suffering a foot injury thanks to a Yorker from Chris Stokes, Yashasvi Jaiswal's 58 and Sai Sundarsar's 61 on return were among the top scorers for India. At the end of the first day for England, Ben Stokes picked up 2 wickets. He actually went on to take 5 on day 2 as India in their first innings continued from the overnight total with a courageous Rishabh Pant returning to bat despite his injury, which by the way has ruled him out for the game, which actually has ruled him out of the game for 6 weeks. He returned to score a vital 54 and eventually India were bowled out for 358. Stokes claimed an impressive 5 for 72. In response, England got off to a blistering start with openers Ben Duckett 94 and Zach Crowley's 84 putting on a commanding 166 run stand for the first wicket, taking advantage of favourable batting conditions and some wayward Indian bowling, which I did mention earlier on. England at the end of day 2 finished at 225 for the loss of 2, trailing by 133 runs. On day 3, England completely dominated. Joe Root scoring a magnificent century, reaching 150, and was well supported by teammates including captain Ben Stokes, who also retired hurt with cramp before returning to bat near the close. At the end of the day, they had extended their lead significantly, finishing the day on 544 for the loss of 7, with a commanding lead of 186 over India's first inning total of 358. Indian bowlers, they continue to struggle to find breakthroughs right throughout the day, with Mohammad Suraj and Ravi Jadeja picking up a couple of wickets each, and Jasprit Bumrah, surprisingly, in a long time, has been wicketless. These fucking flies, excuse my language though. England, they were dominant. They were absolutely dominant on days 2 and 3, not just because of the baseball approach, which was missing in action at Lord's in the third test, but the openers Crowley and Duckett, they set the platform up with a rapid 166 run stand for the first wicket. Then it was all about Joe Root's batting masterclass, and as usual, his century was a typical test match innings, which was more than special. And why I'm saying it was very special because in his innings, he went past India's legendary batter Rahul Dravid and Australia's great former batter and legendary captain Ricky Ponting to go second on the all-time list of leading run scorers in Test cricket. He's right behind the legendary Sachin Tendulkar, aka the Little Master. Now, Root is currently 34 years of age, and given the fact he doesn't play much limited overs cricket like he used to before, I have a good feeling he'll definitely go all the way within the next 2-3 years once fitness permits, and there's a likelihood he could break Sachin's record, who knows. So my question in the comment section below for the followers is, what are your thoughts on England's Joe Root going past Australia's Ricky Ponting to become the second highest run scorer in the history of Test cricket? And do you think he can break Sachin's record as leading run scorer in Test? Let me know in the comment section below. Moving to St Kitts now, Australia comprehensively defeated the West Indies by 6 wickets in this third T20I in St Kitts, securing an unassailable 3-0 series winning lead in the 5-match series with 2 matches left to play on Saturday and Monday. West Indies posted a formidable 214 for the loss of 4 in their 20 overs. Shea Hope was the star for the men in maroon, blasting his maiden T20 international century of just 55 balls to become the second West Indian after the universe boss Chris Gayle to score centuries in all three formats of the game. Brandon King also contributed with a half century, and the opening partnership was strong, let me tell you. And then afterwards, as usual, things fell apart for West Indies, despite, you know what I mean. Anyways, when Australia came out to bat, they chased down the target with over 4 overs to spare, courtesy Tim David's 37 ball 100. Now, we've heard about 37 ball centuries in the past, but they finished on 4 wickets down for 215 runs in 16.1 overs. And David himself, he spearheaded the run chase, smashing Australia's fastest ever T20 international century in just 37 balls, which included 11 sixes. He, along with Mitch Owen, 36 of 16, put on a match-winning stand of 128 for the 5th wicket after Australia had lost early wickets in the power play. And well deservingly, he won the player of the match award. Now, Tim David, mind you, has been around the circuit in CPL for the last few years. And I made a comment on social media after the game saying that TKR made a big mistake by letting him go. He has had his chances, and he has the reputation of winning games from difficult situations. We saw it once or twice last season, but he hasn't done it much so I will give him the bly, as it was a flat wicket. But what if it was a different wicket? 50-50, he could have still pulled it off for any side on the day, or struggle, who knows. Australia's dominant performance in the third T20 not only sealed the series but also provided significant observations into the current state of both teams, with clear implications for the remainder of the series and respective T20 futures. I have a feeling Australia will clean sweep West Indies 5-0, because the West Indies team, whether it's the Test team, the One Day team, or the T20 team, they aren't going nowhere, no damn where. And I'll tell you something about West Indies. Within the last 18 matches they played in the T20 format, they've won just 3, and it is a very serious concern. This poor run of form has to do, I believe, with the retirements of Puran and Russell, which was expected. And then they had no damn right to change the captaincy from Sheho, because when they were performing well under Rovman Powell, they were performing well. But you know how it is with West Indies cricket, always stupid politics in the way. And one of the problems is they aren't where they are with regards to the modern game. When they were under Powell's captaincy, they used to get off the flyers time and time again. But then ever since he was controversially sacked, which caused a huge uproar, and I was one of those who were upset about it, they're going back to their old ways. Now, we all know what is the problem, but I'm not going to explain it. But let me also say one more thing. The team's bowling unit has struggled to defend totals. Now they did leave out Azari Joseph for this game for workload management. But let me tell you something. He, along with Jason Holder, they have failed to make significant impact in the short format of the game. And this is what I do not understand with West Indies cricket. Why they don't move on from players and rebuild with younger talent. Holder himself has been a no-show in T20s for quite a while, but they still persist with him. I would give Chase a bly here and there because he performs, but since that opening game, he's gone back to his same old self. The truth is, most of the West Indies players are underperforming, and I don't care whoever management it is, they're struggling. And they're also lacking a reliable fifth bowler. Look, for example, Australia left out a spinner for an extra seamer, which actually paid off in this game, believe it or not. Now, the truth is you cannot over-rely on certain individuals. For example, Akil Hussain, Moti, and a few others who, by the way, had a tough time with the ball in the last game or two. Sorry about that, guys. But the problem is they aren't going to win any games unless they rediscover what is going on. That is all I have to say with regards to the T20 involving West Indies and Australia. And this is something else I will also want to say. As a long-time West Indies fan, since I was small, every time I watch them play, It's the same setup shippiness that's happening on the cricket field over and over again. Nothing is being done about it, whether it's on or off the field. They haven't won a single game all year long except for defeating Pakistan in Pakistan. The Ireland game was just a one-off, but out of the last several games they played, they only won 3 matches this year. 2 in Ireland, 1 in Pakistan, and none home. And after much thought and after seeing the performances of the team for the longest while, enough is enough. I'm done with West Indies cricket for a while. And even though I do agree with all what the former West Indian greats and experts have been saying, I'm not blaming the players. It's the fault of management, the administrators in Cricket West Indies, for the continuous decline of not only West Indies cricket on the whole, but cricket in the Caribbean. I'll still be watching CPL though, but as far as watching West Indies cricket in West Indies matches in full, I need a break. I'm fed up, or should I say I'm freaking fed up of seeing West Indies cricket continuing to decline like this. Myself, along with several other diehard fans, experts, you name it, we're fed up. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. Hope you all liked it. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and goodbye. Or as what I like to say, be good, be cool, stay frosty, my friends, and we'll continue. Bye for now.